Marvel finally confirms the status of the Infinity Stones, but are they really gone? Ah, the Infinity Stones. For years, Marvelites, fans, and we here at Nerdist News have tried to deduce the whereabouts of the omnipotent cosmic gushers of the Marvel Cinematic Universe across the first 3 phases of the MCU. Like, remember how we were so certain that the Soul Stone was gonna pop up in Thor Ragnarok?
We were 100% motherfucking correct!
Yeah! Yeah, we beefed that one. But we were right about the Time Stone in Doctor Strange, so...
Boom! That's actually a pretty good guess.
1 out of 2? I mean, sometimes you're right, and sometimes you're less right.
Feels so good to be right.
Anywho, with the so-called Infinity Saga concluding in Avengers Endgame, it was only natural for Marvel fans, ourselves included, to continue to overanalyze their whereabouts and ultimate fate. I mean, it's a comic book movie after all. Things survive. While the gems were seemingly destroyed, there was enough evidence to point out that all was not what it seemed to be. This week, Marvel Studios finally weighed in on the subject to let us know what the status of the stones is, and guess what? They're gone. Destroyed. Dunzo. The Infinity Stones were apparently quite finite. Marvel finally laid the whole thing to rest this week when they posted an Infinity Stone refresher on Instagram, which broke down the stones and where they appeared. Now, the real clincher was the status of each stone was clarified, and they're all destroyed. But are they? Let's break it down. So the last we saw of the Infinity Stones, well, that can be a bit of a tricky statement for a time travel movie like Endgame. Thanos did manage to accessorize his gauntlet with them in Infinity War and then snap half the universe out of existence.
I don't feel so good.
God, it still hurts. Anyway, after Thanos killed off half the universe, that CrossFit California raisin decides that's enough genocide for one day. Then he goes off to LARP Stardew Valley at a space farm. As we saw at the beginning of Avengers Endgame, the surviving Avengers track an energy surge similar to the snap to find Thanos, ruin his stew, and chop off his head. But before said decapitation, Old Man Thanos claims that he destroyed the stones and that the snap cannot be undone. While Nebula claims her bad dad doesn't lie, nothing can be confirmed because Thor loses his head, which leads to Thanos losing his head before he can be questioned any further. A classic snafu. Now, the question is, are we just supposed to trust Thanos about this? Can such powerful items actually be destroyed? When the Endgame directing duo, the Russo brothers, were asked about the Infinity Stones during an Endgame screening, they said Thanos only reduced the stones to the atomic level. The stones are still present in the universe. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like an excellent opportunity for a future villain to come along with a new plan to restore the stones and then start this vicious cycle all over again. And if that wasn't enough uncertainty for you, the rest of the film's time heist plot involves stealing the Infinity Stones at different points across history, then returning them to the point from which they were taken. So basically, this means the Infinity Stones are Schrodinger's stones. They are both destroyed and exist at the same time, unless time travel calls for them to be plucked out and used once more. Otherwise, they're gone. Plus, we've also seen and are going to see Marvel films that take place before the snapping, like Captain Marvel and Black Widow, for example. It's literally how Carol got her powers. Now, rumors are also swirling that Thanos could be popping up in the upcoming Eternals movie, despite him having a very bad case of being extremely dead. So that means this movie would either have flashbacks in it or take place in the past as well. It would also be pretty easy to drop an Infinity Stone in here or there for a quick cameo, so never say never. And don't forget, there's also a certain trickster god, aka 2012 Avengers era Loki, running around with an Infinity Stone in tow, and who knows how that's gonna play out. I guess we'll find out whenever that show finally drops on Disney+. So yes, while the Infinity Stones may be officially destroyed in the MCU, that doesn't mean they're gone. I mean, have you ever read a comic book, destroyed, dead? That means nothing. Just ask Uncle Ben. Well, actually, he's the only one who stays dead. R.I.P. However, if the stones do pop up again, we can all admit it's probably never going to be on the same level that we saw in Endgame or Infinity War. But what do you folks think? Are the stones definitely destroyed, or are they still present in this universe at the atomic level? And do you think they're going to pop up in future films due to time travel shenanigans?
I see this as an absolute win.
Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, why not give us a like and subscribe? And if you want to get notified every time we go live with a new show or drop a new video, hit that little bell down below, and that way you're going to be up to date in all the latest theories, news, and rumors in the pop culture world. And if you want to learn more about how to educate yourself about important things like anti-racism and get involved in the ongoing fight against systemic racism, well, you can head to Nerdist.com, where we have an ever-expanding array of articles and information on those important subjects. In the meantime, please stay safe, be healthy, wear a mask, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.